Welcome, race fans, here tonight to LSRTV for the Can-Am Sprint Car Series. We are coming in hot here. Of course, alongside of me is Greg Ritz here tonight. Greg, besides coming in hot, qualifying is already underway, and it should be a good one. Obviously, you a little bit newer to the dirt side of things, but dirt, obviously, my home.
Definitely looking forward to this one here, Charles. Going to be fun. 360 sprint cars at Lanier here tonight. Qualifying is underway, so we are definitely in for quite the treat here tonight. Should be a quick one, but should be a fun one as well.
Yeah, and I saw 21 cars that had made the call for practice a little while ago. We've now switched over to the main lobby, and, well, there is probably double that. There's around 40. I'm very curious. We'll have to look, see how many drivers they're going to take per heat race. If we take 10 cars per heat, we could be 4 heats, and we're definitely going to run a B main. And what I've been told from the race format, the top 2 drivers are going to advance from that. So there's going to be a lot of drivers that are packing these cars up a lot earlier than they wanted to here tonight.
And no doubt they're going to be looking forward to going out and trying to put on a show. This is the season opener for these guys, am I right?
That is correct.
Set to roll.
Season opener and 50 to win here at Lanier. Definitely going to be a good one, and I don't see a whole lot of names that I recognize here. Then again, I've been out of the dirt scene on iRacing for quite some time now, so there are a lot of new names here. Tyler the Point, the name sounds familiar. We'll have to keep an eye on him. Oh, as Braden going to get into the number 88/44 machine. But again, over 40 drivers here, I do believe. There's around 45 drivers all battling for one spot, and that is the winner of this race. And $50, hey, that's a good little payday.
Definitely $50, not bad for a Tuesday night here as we watch Jacob Walker go out and qualify here at Lanier. This track is one of the free dirt tracks on iRacing, so we figure, hey, what better way to start than with a track that we know everybody's got. So let's go out, have some fun, and just see what we can come up with here tonight for the season opener for the Can-Am 360 sprint cars.
Yeah, and again, I personally, and I think I speak for both of us here, we apologize for any names like Jonathan Paquette. And I believe, again, we apologize for any that we butcher. This is kind of a one-off here. We'll see where it leads, but we did not get a roster for this like we normally do because it was a one-off race. So we didn't have a chance to go over all the names and study them, or as I like to say, we didn't get to Wesley Allen, the series, and learn about I didn't get a roster and all that stuff. So again, this is just going freelance here as far as driver names go, Greg.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a wild one for sure. Looking very, very much forward to seeing how these guys do on the dirt track at Lanier. As you watch Robert Crowley, looks like Walsh on top of the board. Blake Walsh sitting on top at a 12.
And am I mistaken? Is second place macaroon?
Looks like it.
I believe, isn't that also a type of cookie?
Yeah, you can kind of say that. Yeah. Yep.
This is a name we do know. I do know John Helms. We do know that name. Maybe a handful of names that we recognize from this. But, however, I do see a couple of drivers out here, Greg, that have ABR setup shop. That is Alex Bergeron Racing setup shop. So, while we don't necessarily know all the names, we do know who they're getting their setups from. And everybody in the dirt world knows, on iRacing anyway, knows Alex Bergeron is somebody that is going to give you a run for your money. So if you're using his setup, there's a good chance you're probably going to be up at the front.
Definitely thing that you really are going to be watching out of these guys right now. Figure out who's got the best setup, and of course when you got a guy like Bergeron on board, it's going to be definitely a show.
That it is, and we're about to see just how many we take. And disregard the overlay. It does say dual one. It is not dual one. It's actually a heat race one, as these were also used for another one. So again, disregard dual one. It'll say dual two here in a minute as well, but that is not correct. It is actually going to be heat race number one, and we'll do the full grid for the feature. We want to save the the best for the last, but in this heat race one, going to be the 88 of Braden, the 24 of Tanner, the 37 of Chad Center, the 049 of Blake Walsh, who we saw very fast early on in qualifying, the 44 of Brad Autumn, I guess, or Autumn. We'll see again. Pronunciation, we'll get to that here shortly. The 35 of Dell Ward, the 45 of Robert Crawley. Again, I know that name. 32 of Jason Gray, and the 30 of Jax Wan. So a 9-car field here for heat race number one. Should be a good race. It looks like we are taking about 10 cars per heat race, so we're looking at about 4 heat races.
So we'll see how these heat races go. First one gridded up and set to roll, and here we go. First heat race rolling off now.
And you see later on tonight, that grid will be full of 20 drivers. That is how many we're taking to the final race. 20 cars going to be making it, and 20 sprint cars on a track. You're going it one of two ways, Greg. It's either going to be a Caution Fiesta, or it's going to be a nice, clean race. And it's dirt track racing. You've seen a few on here. You never know how they're going to go. It really is dictated on how these drivers, how they play well with each other. Are they going to say, no, this is my ball and you can't play with it? Or are they going to play well with each other and share? That's really what it's going to come down to.
Have to find out.
We indeed will have to find out. And real quick, we want to thank everybody for tuning in here as the lights are off. Pace truck will be diving off this time, and we're green for the first time here tonight at Lanier on LSRTV for the Can-Am Sprint Car Series, as that's going to be the 88 out front. I know some of their cars may show differently, but now it's going to be the 24 Pettit that is out front. And we got one around.
And going over. One car going for a ride, and you see the crumpled up there. I believe that's the 97.
Yes, it is indeed. That was Walsh, who was fast in practice, and now not going the way he wanted it to here, Greg, as he ends up into the outside wall. But the battle for the lead is on between Autumn and Pettit right now. That is a good battle, but man, slide jobs are a premium right now.
They're throwing sliders already here. This just a very quick little 8-lap heat race coming your way right here live on LSRTV. First of what we believe to be 4 of them. No doubt going to be putting on the show.
That should be around 4, possibly 5. We'll check real fast. And indeed, 5 heat races is what we're going to have here tonight. But the battle is on. Pettit out front in that number 24 machine. And oh man, the 41 being actually scored as the 88, I do believe. Sorry, no. There's your leader. That was second place. Tanner Pettit in the 24 has checked out from this field. That was the 44, actually scored as the 41 of Brad Autumn, who right now is driving that very iconic MVT. Unfortunately, Raging Cajun obviously no longer with us, but still a nice looking ride, and he's representing well as they come to the finish line. It's going to be Pettit, Autumn, and then 2 Autumns here, so we have family members in heat race number 1. So Pettit gets the win though.
So good run there for Pettit to start things off here. It's set to roll out.
And this one, again, heat race number 2. Again, it says dual 2. It'll say that for the first 2 as a little glitch in the system, but that is not the case. It is heat race number 2 of 5. Going to be Benjamin Hickman on pole, followed by John Helms on his outside. Matt Dickerson in the 96 on row 2, followed by Jamie McCarran. Austin Druk, I believe that is, followed by Lachlan... Barberry. Again, we apologize for any that we do butcher here. Heimel Dunn, Chris Labrie, and Cooper Wilson will be your 9 drivers here for heat race number 2. And just like that, we are just about set. Greg, another great heat race. That one was a good show. The leader obviously really pulled out and led the whole thing. But that does not mean that's what we're going to see in these next 4 heat races. We could see some battles for the lead.
I think we're going to see battles. I think you got the first race jitters out of the way there, and now we're getting set to turn them loose for a second time on the second group. And they watched that first one here, Charles. So what did they learn from that heat race? What are they expecting to see out of this field, this racetrack moving forward here?
And this is going to be interesting for these drivers that are out here right now. These first 2 races, really, as we're set to take the green, and there it is. Green is officially out again for the second time here tonight. But these first 2 races, these guys are going to really wear out this track. Oh, it's the 47 into the wall hard. That is Lachlan Barberry has just clobbered the outside wall, but we stay green. But as I was saying, these first 2 classes, they're going to go out here, wear this track out a little bit, and then they have to come back, and they only have a 2-minute warm-up before we move into the feature race. So that's going to make it very interesting to figure out, change your setup, do what you've got to do to get back for that feature race, because you don't have a lot of time to adjust your car, and the track will change. As you can already see, it is becoming very dusty out there for the battle for second.
That's the beauty of dirt racing right there, is the track is constantly changing. You're constantly having to change your driving style. You got to roll low. You got to ride the cushion. You got all kinds of different things that you can do. And look at how dusty it is here in Lanier tonight. This thing is going to be off the hook when we turn all these guys loose.
Yeah, this track is beyond dusty. I haven't seen a track this dusty in, well, forever. You can't even see the cars from our camera view. And, we want to see. Let's see what it looks like to be one of these guys right here. This is on board right now with Austin Druk, who's in the number 22 right now. And not so bad for his point of view. That wing blocking a lot of it as he's chasing down the 15 of Benjamin Hickman. But again, you go outside the cockpit of these things from that helmet cam, and it is completely dusty. So got to be very careful as we are coming to the white flag. And John Helms going to pick up the Heat Race 2 win, followed by Hickman and Druk going to be your top 3 drivers in Heat Race 2.
So already, just like that, 2 heats in the books. Now, Charles, again, this is the first time we're featuring this series. This is their season opener. At this time, this is the only chance you're going to get to see the Can-Am Sprint Car Series here on LSRTV. However, who knows what the future holds?
Yeah, the future is wide open. Definitely enjoying the racing so far. To have dirt back here on LSR TV as we get set for heat race number 3. Now you can see it says heat race 3 on the overlays. Again, just a little bit of a glitch there. We do apologize for that. But it's going to be Evan Barola on row 1 alongside Austin Griff, I believe. Griffey, we'll go with Griff here tonight. I believe we'll talk to him, see if we can get a chance. Followed by Blake Battles and Aiden. We apologize there. We didn't get a roster prior to this, so we got Austin B in there, Justin Lemon, Colton Price, Braden Baker, Mason King, and Jesse Dacus. Again, we apologize for any that we do get wrong. Typically, Greg, we love our rosters when we get those. But this was literally brought to us last night, last minute deal that was thrown together. But rosters, I never thought I'd say this, and I hope Wesley's not out there watching, but I'm beginning to like rosters and pronunciation lists.
Yeah, it definitely comes in handy. I mean, with us here on LSR TV, we have our series. We have our guys that we are used to calling each and every week. But when a new series comes along, it definitely is interesting when you call out all these different names for the first time that you're calling. The Green Flag Falls. We're underway here in heat race number 3. Definitely is Definitely can get interesting for the first couple of races.
Yeah, it definitely gets very interesting for the first couple of races. And speaking of this race, look at the battle for the lead is on. This is going to be the 21 of Evan that's out front. And the 21E is actually it, followed by the 13A down there. Actually, 57 is what he scored at. There he goes. Now we have the 57 coming into the screen. This is another one. You see that AVR setup shop, Alex Bergeron setup shop. And I told you they'd be up at the front. That's where he's at right now, sitting in second place. That is Austin Griff, that is out front at the moment, or sort of out front. He's in the front, just not quite in the lead, but he's got his hands full with that 13A as he is trying to get by. They're going to go 3 wide for the lead.
There's a nice little battle going on here. 3 cars under a blanket. Look at the 13 here, make a little bit of a charge here on the inside, but still hanging in there right now is Beerling.
Yeah, Beerling trying to hang in there. And that looks better, Beerling. Again, I know someone's rooting for him in chat, so if you want to throw a pronunciation in there, let us know. Is it Beerling? Is that correct? Either way, he's going to take it to the high side, running the lip, riding right on the top of the cushion. He's going to take second place from Austin Griffin in the number 57 machine. Is the 21 of Evan going to take the win here in the heat race number 3, and he does it. It's going to be Beerlin, Barola, and Griff going to be your top 3 here in heat race number 3, and just like that, we are 3 down, 2 to go.
Just like that last lap pass as well. You understand it's beer line.
Beer line, all right.
Hey, that's my favorite spot at the racetrack right there, the beer line.
That's what I'm saying. Ours is usually pretty packed too. So the beer line, there you go. That'll be easy to remember. Again, we appreciate each and every one of the fans out there, especially the ones that help us out here on these one-off races that we get, and just have to go through the names as best we can. But next one, this one I know, just because I've watched Walk the Line, and that is Nate Vaughn. Everybody knows that iconic Nate Vaughn from the movie Walk the Line, followed by Cameron O'Brien, Sean Brown, Gage Stevens, Kevin Fry. Quick word about Kevin Fry. I know who he is. He is actually a flagman here in Texas. I know him very well. I've been to many events where he was flagging, followed by Caleb Brockman, Tyler LaPointe, Brandon Surratt, and Jonathan Plack. Again, very interesting to see Kevin Fry. I knew he was on iRacing, but I haven't seen him in too many races. We'll see if he's as good of a racer as he is a flagman.
We're about to find out as we're rolling off for heat race number 3. We get set to turn them loose. 8 more laps coming up here.
I know you like dirt racing, Greg.
Silverado.
I know you like dirt racing, but we're on heat race 4. Don't send us back. We're going forward.
We are on heat race 4.
You just want more racing.
I do want more racing. Always want more racing.
Well, you're about to see it because green flag is dropped, and we are racing for heat race number 4 here. LaPointe out front, followed by Vaughn and Fry. As you got the Shrek number 2 out front. Loving it there. We'll see. Here comes Kevin Fry in the number 20 machine. He's going to dive to the inside, make the slide job. And does it stick? No, it does not stick.
Nice move by Fry, though. Oh, and look at Vaughn catching a little bit of dirt there. Getting the nose up in the air. That allows Fry to take the lead now. Battle breaks out for seconds. Looks like Brown is going to try the slide job, but Vaughn comes fighting back on the outside. Fry, though, loves what he's seen in this mirror.
Yeah, this is probably the best race we've seen so far, and 2 cars out of the race already. That is going to be Caleb Brockman and Brandon Surratt. Those 2 collide together. They're out of the race. Kevin Fry continues to lead halfway home this next time by, as now it's going to be Sean Brown in the number 8 machine. He is trying to work his way to the front. Could he possibly make something happen? He passes by Nate Vaughn. Vaughn going to dip to the inside of the track, trying to make a slide job, but not happening. Almost little contact.
Just a slight little bit there. They continue to try to rip around. Brown gets around Vaughn, now trying to reel in Fry, but the laps are ticking away very, very quickly here. Fry able to get to the lead.
And
he's just cruising right now.
Yeah, he's another one of those ABR setup shops. White flag is in the air here for heat race number 4. We only have one more heat race after this before we move on to the B main, and we'll see how it goes. And right there, that'll do it as your fourth heat race is over. Fifth and final heat race coming up as Brian tries to smack the wall there just a little bit. I'm kind of digging that blue and gold paint job too.
I like it. I like a lot of these paint schemes on these cars here, Charles. I don't usually get to see sprint cars a whole lot. In fact, this is my first ever wing sprint car broadcast, so I'm definitely enjoying seeing it. I'm used to, I'm on the paved side of things. I like the short track cars, late models, and modifieds and stuff like that. I don't normally get to see and play around with sprint cars very often. We got Scooby-Doo in this one. How about that? We got Shrek in the last one. Scooby-Dooby-Doo is up there in number 4.
Yes, we do indeed have Scooby-Doo in this one, and that is going to be the 29 of Douglas James, but on pole going to be Philip Brinkley, followed by Jeffrey Hurrick in the outside row 1. Brandon Shutt going to be spot 3, row 2. Douglas James row 2, spot 4, followed by Josh Vaughn. I believe that is Menon. We'll clarify on that one. Ryan Nelson, Jacob Walker, Derek Gray, and Travis Jacobson in the 18 machine. So another field of good drivers, a stout field here. Over 40 drivers making it to this race. I'm impressed. You don't usually see a lot of sprint cars in a series.
Really don't, so I'm definitely enjoying seeing this here, Charles. It's awesome to see such a huge car count here for this 5th and final heat race before we get set up for the B main. And I don't normally get to call a whole lot of B mains. We've only had B mains on LSRTV recently when it comes to the Northwest Tour. We didn't normally get to call those, so it definitely adds a wrinkle to this whole thing. You got most of your spots set, and you just got to go from the B main as the green flag falls on this final heat race.
Yeah, trying to figure out, as we know, the top 2 will go from the B main. So that's what, about 4 or 5 drivers. We'll have to figure that one out, how many advance from each one. I'll have to look it up. But right now, the green flag has dropped here on the 5th and final heat race of the night. Hurrick out front, followed by Shutt. Now Shutt going to go to the front in the 76 machine. And man, it's dusty. Plus that sun shining down. I feel like we're at the Bristol track.
Definitely, and that was quite the adventure earlier on in here at the Bristol Dirt Race. I think they learned their lesson, and they're going to go for it for next year when they come. But we're seeing kind of the same thing here. Look at Scooby ripping around on the cushion.
Yeah,
There's a Shaggy joke in there somewhere.
I'm really surprised, as scared as Scooby-Doo usually is, to be running that high on the top side, ripping the lip. So Scooby-Doo obviously had some Scooby snacks before he came to this race.
You definitely don't want to rip the lip with Scooby, but they roll around here, closing stages of this 5th and final heat race.
You'll see, laps are winding down already, as it's going to be the 76 of Braden Shutt that's going to take the win here. It looks, unless anything happens, there it is, 2 laps to go. As we'll see the white flag out here on the 5th and final heat race before you know it. Right about there, white flag is out here for the Can-Am Sprint Car Series 5th heat race, and it's been some really good racing already.
Really has. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens when they all go out on the racetrack. Checker flag for Braden Shutt.
Braden Shutt going to take it, and that race is done, as it's time for your B main, and just like that, it quickly advances on. And this should be very interesting. I am going to confer with the roster here, and it says the Constellation race will not run without significant cars. Obviously, 10 laps, no invert, 2 cars advancing to the main event is what the B main says, and we may have 2 B mains here. We'll see. There are 30 drivers here in the B main.
Yeah, 30 cars for a B main. This could be something. We will definitely wait and see what happens here. Oh boy, that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
we just see all those cars.
With this stacked of a field, we will not go through the entire lineup here for you. You can see right there your top 25 and the top 20 and the last 5 going to be rotating. Just to skim over them, you have Ward, Dickerson, Battle, Stevenson, Josh Vaughn, man in here. You have Chad Center in here. Heimel Dunn, Jesse Dacus, O'Brien's in here, Brinkley, Yon, Wilson, Baker, Platt. So a lot of the guys we saw up front still having to go through a B main. That just right there shows you how stacked this field is, Greg.
This could definitely get really interesting here, Charles, as we get set to turn them loose.
Keep in mind, this is only 10 laps. 10 laps is all they have. 30 cars. So if you're 30th...
And 2 transfer.
Yeah, 2 transferring. This is going to get very interesting.
Oh man, this is one that I would be just about running back from the beer line right about now, because I do not want to be empty-handed for this one. Green flag in the air.
Yeah, this is something you definitely do not want to miss, as we're going to keep our eye on the front. That's where the transferring spots are. Hopefully we don't see a pulse popper replay and caution here, and we already have some cars going around. No caution, though. We stay green. After all of that, we go back to the front. It's Ward and Battles out front.
Oh, man, I'm surprised there was no caution there.
Oh, they are wadding them up back in the back here. Still no caution. I'm beginning to wonder if cautions are on, because that did not bring out one, as it is Ward out front, followed by Battles, Dickerson, and Stevens.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's a safe bet to say cautions are off. Oh, boy, just hold on. Oh, no! That's the leader, Ward.
And caution's definitely not on. That's going to get Battles the lead, followed by Dickerson, and there's the caution.
There's the caution.
I'm not even sure what the caution was actually on. There were too many cars going for spins, so we're just going to give a quick Pulse Poppers replay here, and the graphic is just about done. We will have it tomorrow. I got a little bit more work done on it, and this is the 18 of the Travis Jacobson. Again, too many cars were going around at the same time to officially declare who the caution was on, and this one was actually after the caution. There you can see a car spun. That is the 23L that was involved in that one. So, Greg, can we really point a finger at one driver there?
No.
I didn't think so.
No, there's really nothing more you can do in that one. All right, so lifetime and scoring has Blake Battles in the lead, with Dixon being scored in second. Beerline third. Oh, they just changed it back to Heimel Dunn in third.
That is indeed what I'm showing. Dunn in third. Stevens, I believe that is Manning. That's in fifth. Baker in sixth. Brinkley, Barberry, and Lemon as the green flag is back out, and we are racing one more time. And we're going to take Battles all the way to the bottom of the track. He comes back up. So we've seen multiple lines here, Greg. You got 3, 4, 5 up at the top, and the rest down at the bottom. This track is already really showing some signs of wear. So where do you want to be if you're a driver? It looks like the bottom's working for the most part, but could that top line work for Matt Dickerson?
I want to be up in the lead right now. There's no other place I want to be. I don't care where on the racetrack I am. I just want to be in front of everybody else. We're on the white flag, by the way. Battles is coming to take the checker flag. One final send from Dixon on the outside. Battles is going to hold on. It looks like Battles and Dixon are the ones that transfer through to the feature.
Yeah, and I did the math, and my math is not adding up. So we're going to keep an eye on Dunn and Stevens as well, but the one we saw to advance, and that would be Battle and Dickerson, based on the information we were given, that does say that 2 advancing to the A main event before the 2-minute warm-up. That's where we're at right now. So we're going to step away and thank some sponsors, and we'll be right back here in just under 3 minutes is actually what the warm-up says.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
All right, got a quick advance there. Did not expect that to go in, and they are getting to it. So we'll go past the music here tonight, and we're going to go right into your starting grid here, presented by ComServe Wireless. On row 1 is going to be the 24 of Tanner Pettit and the 46 of John Helms, and I'll just quickly run through this. The 8 of Aiden Beerline going to be on row 2, followed by Kevin Fry, looking to see how he does here tonight. Row 3 going to be the 76 of Braden Shutt in the 88 of Braden Aubin. Again, we'll get that one correct pronunciation. In row 4, going to be Benjamin Hickman in the 21 of Evan Barola. In row 5, going to be Sean Brown in the 16 and the 42 of Jeffrey Herrick. In row 6, going to be another Almond in the 44 and the 22 of Austin Druk. In row 7, going to be the 57 of Austin Griff and the 2 of Nate Vaughn, as the green flag is out. And we'll get to a little kick a little dirt here in just a little bit, as the green flag is already out and we quickly had to go through that grid. But Greg, 20 cars making the call here tonight to the main event, and it got here quick.
And it is rolling. We are already 1 lap in the books with Blake Walsh out in front from the pits. No, Tanner Pettit, excuse me.
And a caution out already, and it looks like it's going to be for Austin, who we were wanting to talk to. Maybe, no, a little bit of a connection issue for him. And not sure what the actual caution was for, as it quickly came out and these guys got back going again. So we'll bypass the replay here. For the Pulse Popper replay, though, we do want to thank them. But caution coming out. Everybody is still up to pace, though, Greg, so I don't see anyone off the pace here. So it may just been a little simple spin, and they threw the caution, and we're going to go back to racing here very quickly.
We'll be back underway in just a moment. Tanner Pettit leading the way at number 24 over John Helms in second. Beerline third. Shoot being scored in the 4th position. There he is in the yellow car. So we get set to turn him loose once again here, Charles. 30 laps here at Lanier. This is going to click away very quickly.
Yeah, and of course caution laps not counting, but that doesn't matter when you're running very, very fast laps. Looks like the last lap's 27 to 29 seconds. Obviously, that is under the caution flag. We'll look to see what kind of times they are running, but like you said, green the flag's out. We're going to go very fast here. Pettit, Helms, Beerline, Shoot, and Almond going to be out front. Hickman just outside in the top 5 in 6th place. The battle for really second is where it's at, behind Beerline and Helms. Almond back there as well. That's the best battle on the track, as they're going to go 3 wide for 3rd place.
3 wide there, Almond on the inside. In the red 44, you got Shoot in the yellow car there. Beerline ripping the lip right now, right up on the cushion. More action than a car upside down. Up in turn number 2.
We definitely got this one here for the Pulse Popper replay, and that's the 41 of Brad Almond. And oh, he hits the wall there, and more contact with the wall. What in the world happened right about there? He really collides with it, and then it is on from there. Up, catches the fence, and just over she turns and gets clobbered.
Just like that. Your caution for the second time today.
And cautions coming out quite frequently here so far, but again, that can all change. These guys can get it going, and we could go caution-free the rest of the race. You never know how a sprint car race is going to go. A prime example, yes, I'm going to throw them under the bus. That is the Sprint Car Bandit Series. In real life, we've had a race they did, a 30-lap race, 2.5 hours to run the race. Enough that nobody really wanted them to come back. That being said, we saw a sprint car race, the Sooner Sprint Car Series, at my local track this past Friday. Green the checkered, caution-free for 30 laps.
All depends on how the flow of the race goes as we're back underway. 3 wide for the race lead. All trying to get around Pettit right now as you saw Beerline and Shoot go to the bottom. There's Beerline still trying to get a run.
And look at this battle. Look, 76. That is Braden Shoot that is going to the bottom. He almost collides with the inside wall. He is getting right there, running right on that little, I call it a lip right there. There's like a little spot where the asphalt used to be, and you can see a little groove in the track. That's right where he was running. Now he goes up to the top side, running very close to just basically the wall. But look back here. Look at this battle going on. These guys are 2, 3, 4 wide, going for around 10th place.
Hey, this is making me want to see actual dirt racing at Lanier. The track is still there. It was used once about a year ago, so this is just making me want to see it more and throw some dirt down on that old wore down racing surface, and let's go sling some dirt with the sprint cars at Lanier in real life. This is awesome.
I would definitely love to see some more real tracks, put some dirt on it. Don't run it during the day, though. That's a bad idea. But we have the 13 up on the high side. And we'll see right now. It is John Helms in second. They're all chasing that 24 machine of Tanner Pettit. He is out the front. Tanner just dominating this race right now. He's led every single lap. Definitely, I hope we get to have a chat with him here in just a little bit. Again, we've given them the communication here. We just got to hope they get in there. But here comes Aiden Beerline in that number 8 machine, technically 13A scored on your screen, and he is ripping the lip all the way to the high side, coming up on the 76 of Shoot. Shoot is saying, oh shoot, I just hit the wall, and caution is out.
Shoot and Beerline, we're having a pretty good little battle here as we pick up what we believe to be the perpetrator of this latest caution, taking a look at the Pulse Poppers replay.
And a few cars involved in this one, 2 to be exact, I do believe. One of them going to be Benjamin Hickman, and gets into the inside wall, and that doesn't bring out the caution there. But there was more contact right there. Yeah, 15, and that's Kevin Fry going for a ride in that 21. And unfortunately, Kevin Fry's chances at the win just came and went.
Yeah, that was your heat race winner there. Your drivers trying to make their way in. Some Evil Knievel guys down there as well. There you see Fry missing quite a few pieces there. They're all chasing that man, though, the number 24 of Pettit. And something about a 360 sprint car with the 24 on it leading the way just seems right. Summoning the spirit of the Rico right there in the number 24.
Yeah, everybody knows Mullet Man Rico. If you didn't get one of those mullet hats at the Chili Bowl, myself included, then we're like lesser of people, I'm pretty sure, because those were got to be the coolest hat ever. They sold out, I believe, within like 12 hours of actually being on market to sell. So I feel a little like I'm undeserving of one anyway because I didn't get one.
I think we need to put those online. I think they will sell a ton of them. But we got a battle here. Helms with the best chance he's had all day to try to get Pettit on the outside. Got the nose in front. Give it to Helms as they roar off into 3. No, coming back is Pettit with a big slider, but a crossover there by Helms. Helms going to get the lead here. Can he throw the slide job on? Yes, he can, but that opens the door for Beerline. Pettit tries to come back up the middle with help from Shoot. 3 wide for the lead here on LSRTV. They slide through 3 and 4. This is getting dicey now, Charles.
Yeah, I'm not sure how old Aiden Beerline is, but he gets the win, and he may get to go to the front of the beer line to celebrate for this one as he's trying his luck. The 24 has been shot back to the back, and we had the car spinning, I believe, but nothing having of it as Aiden Beerline out front leading this race in the 13A. Here comes the 21 of John Helms, and he's going to take to the high side. That 76 is on rails too.
Oh, contact Pettit. The early leader gets drilled from behind there.
And he is...
Bad.
Yeah, he's up on the high side. It's just not working for him. This battle for the lead, though, good grief. Just throw a blanket over on 1, 2, and 3 right now. Beerline, Helms, and Shoot. All three up at the front. And really, the 13A of Beerline is... prevailing on that bottom side, and look how worn out this track is, Greg. There is not a whole lot of grip, and also, have you noticed, the dust has gone away now that the sun is starting to settle.
That means we just got a clear view of this battle for the lead between Helms and Beerline. Shoot was up there as well. Look who else is joining the battle here, Charles. Vaughn is telling the boys to get out of his swamp because he's up to 4th in the Shrek ride.
Yeah, you can hear him just right there virtually saying, "Get off my land, donkey," and he's trying to go to the front.
You know where he wants to make the pass, right? He wants to make it on the outside, but Helms is making a move on that outside, and now all three of them gonna ride the cushion here, coming through 3 and 4. Helms leads. Beerline second. Shoot to the inside for second. If this is your first time watching the broadcast on LSRTV, if you haven't figured it out by now, we like to have fun with our racing broadcasts here on LSRTV, but there is no more fun than watching a battle for the lead like the one we're seeing right now. Shoot goes for the bottom, looking for the slide job, and no, he's going to be able to hold on, but he's not quite able to throw the slider on. Now he will throw it on Helms. Helms comes back to the inside. Beerline lurking.
Yeah, keep in mind, this is all going on with 5 laps to go in this race. 30 laps was the distance. We had 2 cautions fairly quick. Then we went green the rest of the way. I thought we might. And now we are coming up 4 laps to go. Shoot, Helms, and Beerline. All right there. Shrek on the number 2 of Vaughn. In the mix, but not quite in the mixer
He's
yet.
going to need a caution to get... He's going to need a caution to get up there for the mix of it. But these guys, there is no clear-cut advantage here. Shoot going to lead this lap. Helms riding the outside. Beerline trying to decide where to go.
And I don't know if it's going to be enough. Shoot is just out front and dominating, but Helms is right there as we come now 2 laps to go here for the opening night of the Can-Am Sprint Cars Series. Going to be white flag in the air next time. Bye. As you'll see right about now, it is your CRN 1 to go.
And it is on between Shoot and Helms. Beerline back there lurking in case something happens. But, man, that yellow car, he caught our attention in the heat race. And Old Yeller's going to victory lane on LSRTV. Shoot gets the win.
What a battle indeed. Shoot really kind of pulled it out there in the last 2 or 3 laps as he set the gold standard in that gold car. And he's going to celebrate there as best he can with some donuts on dirt. Hey, what's better than a dirt donut, right?
I could think of a couple of donuts that are better. Maple bar. You got the old-fashioned glazed. I know that's not what you mean. That is awesome, though,
hey,
for Shoot.
I do want to point out, if you're going to talk about donuts while we watch him do his donuts there, did you see the new one from Krispy Kreme that instead of glaze, like a clear glaze like they have a donut that is covered in Oreo glaze?
That sounds delightful.
I know,
it also
right?
Sounds like a diabetic coma waiting to happen.
It definitely is a diabetic coma waiting to happen. And while we wait for our top 3 to hopefully join us here in the booth and down in Victory Lane, we'll go through your results here for you very quickly for the Can-Am Sprint Car Series opening night. And it is going to be as the following. We know Shoot getting the win in that 76 machine, followed by John Helms, Aiden Beerline, Nate Vaughn, Sean Brown, Braden Allman, Douglas James, who we didn't talk about a whole lot here, in 7th, Matt Dickerson in 8th place, Austin Druk in the 9th position, and Tanner Pettit, who was out front for a lot of this race, Greg, ends up in 10th place.
Yeah, tough run there for Pettit after such a dominating first half. Taking a look at the rest of the results, Blake Battles, we saw him win the B main. He climbed through to finish 5th. Justin Lemon comes home in 12th. Gage Stevens, Austin Griffey is what we're going to go with on that one. Heimel Dunn, Evan Barola, Kevin Fry, excuse me. After that, yeah, Benjamin Hickman's up there as well. I'm going off the SDK results. I'll just go off the graphic for the rest of them. Jeffrey Herrick and Brad Almer rounding out the 20-car feature here for the Can-Am 360 Sprint Cars for their season opener.
Yeah, no, again, we're waiting drivers to come in here and chat with us. So while we have a moment, we will step away real quick and thank a few sponsors. And when we come back, hopefully we'll have your top 3. We'll have Braden Shute, John Helms, and Aiden Beerline here in TeamSpeak to chat with them. But until then, we'll be right back.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to have our top 3 drivers here to chat with them here for the post-race show. So, we'll mention a few things we do real quickly before we get Greg's and mine final thoughts on the race. We do want to congratulate the winner of Braden Shute on the $50 he won here tonight for this race. And of course, we do want to mention, we told them we would, on May 23rd and 24th, they will be having the Can-Am Cup. $10 to enter, $200 to win. So, hey, you can't beat that, Greg. $200 to win and only $10 to enter. Your odds are in your favor. That's $190 that you don't spend that you could make. So definitely make sure you check them out. And of course, just to mention some of their upcoming races, whether they're here on LSRTV or not, you do have the following on April 13th at Volusia, April 20th at Kokomo, 27th of April at Williams Grove, and then you start into May with Cedar Lake, Bristol Dirt, and Fairbury, followed by Weed Sport all the way through May, and then they run all the way through July. And yes, if you want to get into this series, you can do that as well. They are looking for drivers of any skill level, so make sure you hit them up. Just look up Can-Am Sprint Car Series on iRacing Leagues. Greg, sad we don't get to talk to the top three, but what are your final thoughts on a great night of dirt track racing here on LSRTV?
And gotta say, that was a lot of fun here to watch these guys rip around Lanier for just 30 laps, and there was action non-stop. I mean, 30 cars in a 10-lap B main, that was wild. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like that. I am definitely looking forward to the day that we can get these guys back here on LSR TV, hopefully sooner rather than later. And I'm looking forward to just any dirt track race we got coming up, because that was awesome.
Yeah, it definitely was awesome night of racing. You can't beat a dirt race no matter where you are. That being said, it is time to wrap it up. Remember, we do have a race tomorrow night, 10:35 p.m. Central Time. And Greg, before we sign off, that one's going to be a special one, as you personally went out and got this sponsor. I believe it's a good friend. So who do we have bringing into the Northwest Truck Series tomorrow?
No, it's actually the Cup Series race next Monday night from Las Vegas. One of my old neighbors from when I was growing up in high school, literally lived like 4 houses down from me, opened her own bakery over the course of the last year. Well, we got to talking, and she's going to be bringing us the Northwest Sugar 200 next week at Las Vegas. So a Northwest sponsor coming to us. Definitely excited to be able to announce that tonight, and looking forward to seeing what kind of sweet action we got coming up here this evening, or yes, Monday night, excuse me.
And speaking of sweet here, very unconventional for us to go backtracking here, but look what we have down in the green room ready to go. That is Aiden Beerline. If I'm not mistaken, that was our third place finisher. It was. Let's grab him up here real quick.
Be able to get at least one of them.
Aiden the Beerline, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, so we get to talk to our third place driver. Definitely good. We were there for a minute. We didn't think we were going to get to talk to anyone. It was a sad day here in the booth. But you finish in third here tonight. A great night of racing. What was it like up there, especially those last, we'll say 15, 10 laps? Definitely a good battle for the lead.
Yeah, definitely a good race all in all for everyone. In the top 5 or 10. Track was very racy. Sadly, early on, everyone just blew off the top when slider line was there in 3 and 4, so it just made it a top dominant track by the end of the night. But all in all, a good race. I was a little off on gear, I think, compared to the top 2, but I'm still happy to get a podium finish.
Real quick before we hand it to Greg for his questions, Volusia Speedway coming up next week on the 13th. You like it? Don't like it? What are your thoughts going into race number 2?
It's definitely one of my favorite tracks, mainly for 410s, but I can kind of run it in 360s. I really like 3 and 4. 1 and 2 is not really my best turn out of all the turns that every track has, but I really like 3 and 4, the way the exit gets tight, and I just seem to do the best around Volusia out of a lot of tracks.
Definitely looking forward to hopefully being back here. We'll see how the chips lay for that one as far as broadcast goes. But Greg, we're going to toss it down to you.
Well, my question kind of just is kind of just a general one here. We saw some great racing action. You were right there in the middle of it there, Aiden. Is this something that we see common with the series? Is this the kind of action we see every week with you guys?
Yeah, I know you just started it, but we have a lot of good guys that are around the same level, and I think it creates for some very good racing, especially when the track's that slick.
All right, well, definitely, yeah, we look forward to being back here in the near future. And real quick before we let you go, any sponsors on that car you need to thank, or just anyone you want to thank in general?
First off, I'd like to thank Jesus Christ, my mom, my dad, Reflection Cabinetry, Stream House Buyers, Dave's Truck Service, Beerline Trucking, and y'all for putting on an amazing show.
All right, well, again, congrats on the third place. Greg, that's going to do it for us. I think we go enjoy the rest of the day, and hopefully that windstorm stays calm for you. The storms stay out of my area, and we'll see what happens coming up next week.
Definitely looking forward to it, but we got action coming tomorrow night with the Northwest Truck Series. Cannot wait. We'll be right back here on LSRTV Daytona Road Course. Trucks turning left and right, but for us here at Lanier, time to say goodbye. So, Charles, I'm going to go make sure that we're going to be okay with this latest batch of windstorm hitting us. But take us home, my friend.
All right, we want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight for LSR TV. On behalf of myself, Sean, Greg, everyone at LSR TV, Rocket Media LLC, we hope you enjoyed the broadcast. And, of course, on behalf of the Can-Am Sprint Car Series here, we hope you enjoy the rest of your night. Come back tomorrow night for some road course racing with the NASCAR trucks. And stay safe, and we'll see you tomorrow night.